Hey guys, this is Hybrid, and I'm here with character bios for the Phantom Stranger. So, I don't know how many of you guys actually want a Phantom Stranger. I'm doing this kind of as a personal request from myself, if that makes any sense. Because Phantom Stranger is one of those characters that a lot of people don't know about, origin-wise at least, because it's always been a mystery until recently. So, I just wanted to make a character bios for this one, especially because the Trinity of Sin stuff is picking up and you had the Trinity War coming up. A lot of people might want to get some background on the characters and Phantom Stranger. So, just so you guys know, this will be a really brief one, and the reason why is because its origin is very straightforward compared to usual character origins. I can also do other ones relating to this character, like I can't do Pandora at this time because they're just starting to explain her origin background. Except for, if I could guess, it probably has something to do with mythology, Pandora, Pandora's box. But also, like the Spectre, I can do a Spectre pretty easily. I know I'm doing Star Lord next after this one, so there's a hint there. And I'm thinking about doing Superior Spider-Man after that as well. Nothing set in stone. Well, Star Lord is because I already made it, but nothing set in stone for Superior Spider-Man. It's just really what you guys want to watch. It's what I'm making. So, yeah, let's begin. So his real name is Judas Iscariot. I believe I pronounced that right. Hopefully I did. But anyways, it's Judas from the Bible. The guy that betrayed Jesus, yes. So he is for lack of a better word, a superhero, kind of, in New 52. It's or not New 52 in general, because it turns out the Phantom Stranger, Pandora, and the Question, supposedly those three, a part of the Trinity of Sin, were not affected by Pandora manipulating Flash to merge the Vertigo, Wildstorm, and DC universes together, which is interesting. So there's that. But his powers, which he has a lot of, he's very powerful. Immortality, teleportation, energy manipulation, projection, omniscience, magic, invisibility, intangibility, and flight. Also, reality warping goes into that, and matter reconfiguration. But I thought I could just characterize that under magic, because magic is a very flexible power and can encompass essentially whatever you want it to encompass. And also, it saves space when I'm making this. But his equipment, and I kid you not, is the robe that Jesus Christ wore. There you go. And I'm going to get more into that later. If you guys are wondering, he is one of the most powerful figures in the universe. And if you don't believe me, I'll show you proof of that when we get to the powers section. So let's get to his origin, which is, I might have mentioned this already, but very, very brief and straightforward. So after infamously betraying Jesus Christ, Judas killed himself by hanging himself. And besides going to heaven or hell, though, he was brought to the Rock of Eternity, where supposedly they judged the universe's greatest sinners. So I guess that's interesting, a bit of a change from what you would expect. But anyways, he was judged for betraying Jesus, which one of the wizards, mages, whatever, at the Rock of Eternity said was a universal crime, as it darkened the universe forever. Like, it's always been known that, the Judeo-Christian religion was like the top tier religion in DC Universe. If you don't believe me, just do your research on it. I'm not playing favorites at all. Same thing for the Marvel Universe, except for they don't directly say Judeo-Christian, but they do. But basically, the way to explain religions in comics is that all the religions exist, and the ones that people have really not worshipped anymore, like mythology, like Thor and like the Greek mythology, all that stuff, that's used a lot in comics because you don't have to worry about anyone taking offense to disrespecting their religion at all. But there's all of those, and then the higher up you go, the more powerful they are, the more rarely they're used, are the ones that are still practiced today. And obviously, the Judeo-Christian, which I technically, I guess it would be Judeo-Christian Islam, because they all have the same God, that's the top God. But in DC Comics, they have made a point to basically say, hey, Christianity is like the top religion. I'm being dead serious too, so don't get mad at all. But yeah, there's that. And this kind of proves it. If killing Jesus is a universal threat equal to releasing the sins of man on world, yeah. But anyways, there's that. So his punishment was an eternity of walking the world until the 30 pieces of silver that he infamously, he sold out Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. those are magically attached to his body, and they will only fall off when he completes a certain task from God. As of right now, I believe he only has 2 coins out of the 30 dropped off of him, so he still has 28 left, which is a long way to go. The first coin was dropped by causing the events that created the Spectre, and then the second coin fell off when he gave Raven to Trigon for reasons we still don't really know about. But I assume in the Teen Titans comics, since she's currently in there and they're doing a Trigon story arc, they're going to explain her role into, I'm guessing defeating Trigon. But I don't know. I don't read Teen Titans anymore because I'm sick of seeing Liddell destroy the great memories I have of the character that is Tim Drake, who, if you don't believe me, he is my favorite character besides Shazam. My iPhone case is actually Red Robin, Tim Drake costume, so is my lock screen, etc. But maybe I'll show you guys that later. But anyways, after that kind of sentencing, he was returned to Earth. After that, he awoke in what was called the Field of Blood back on Earth, which supposedly is what he used to buy the 30 coins with, actually. 30 silver coins with, which I thought was kind of interesting. But anyways, there God told Judas to wear Jesus' robe and wander the world until his debts are paid, without being able to interfere with mortals' affairs. Now, even though he's not supposed to interfere, kind of like the Watcher, he still does, obviously, but the problem is, whenever he does interfere, he seemingly always betrays. Even if he doesn't mean to betray that person, something happens that makes it seem like he betrayed that person, just like he betrayed Jesus. So anyways, after Judas went about to do some random deeds when God called him, or he went about to do random deeds whenever God called him, and he is just known now as the Phantom Stranger, because no one remembers he's Judas, obviously. And part of his abilities is able to make people forget, who he is. And he has a lot of powers: immortality, teleportation, energy manipulation, projection, omniscience, magic, invisibility, intangibility, and flight. So I'm just going to go from the left picture, then to the middle picture, then to the right picture, and I'll explain the rest of them as we go on. So the left picture shows his intangibility. That guy, by the way, holding a gun to him, becomes the Spectre, in case you didn't know. So that is Jim Corrigan, I think that's how you pronounce his name. But anyways, yeah, so he can go through walls really easily. Solid objects can't really affect him. Then omniscience, he essentially knows everything. He knows, basically. Unless you're a being like Pandora, or, well, even Pandora, he knows. He knows what she's doing. He's talked to her about it. You can't hide anything from the Phantom Stranger. Now, immortality, that's one of the things he was cursed with. He, just like Pandora, and just like the Question, similar to Vandal Savage, they will live forever, so they're not really worried about dying at all. Also, teleportation, he can go wherever he wants. He can go across dimensions too. In the far right picture, he actually teleported to the Phantom Zone to help Superman get out of there. So, there you go. Energy manipulation and projection and magic, that is really shown in the middle picture. If you guys can see it, that is Phantom Stranger, yes, fighting against the Spectre. Now, that's Phantom Stranger number 5, I believe. That's when the fight takes place, if I remember correctly from what I read. And they are very evenly matched. And the Phantom Stranger can defeat the Spectre. But anyways, so if the Spectre cannot kill and that's divine justice / divine wrath, if that cannot kill the Phantom Stranger, nothing can kill the Phantom Stranger. He's been in hell and tortured by hell's demons, and they cannot kill him. So that's why you might notice there's no weakness section in here, because until God's done with the Phantom Stranger, he has no weakness. He can do whatever he wants pretty much, as long as it fits God's plan. His equipment is the robe of Jesus Christ. Now, it's an extremely holy, obviously, object. It's also where all his powers originate from, because in Phantom Stranger number 0, he didn't start exhibiting powers until he put on the robe of Jesus Christ. Once he put it on, his eyes got all white and they got all kind of glowy-ish and all that stuff. Also, when he was in hell, I think it was Sin Eater maybe, that he was talking to, tried to kill him by choking him, but as soon as he touched the robe of Jesus, obviously he's a demon, he went through it like incredible pain. He couldn't take it. So it's a very holy artifact. It's indestructible, obviously. You can't destroy the robe of Jesus. And also, I think it's kind of said it hasn't even shown worn or tear, even though the Phantom Stranger's been wearing it for thousands of years. That's it for the Phantom Stranger character bios. Next character bios is Star-Lord, so hopefully you guys look forward to that. I'm going to try getting White Sheep to do that, because he's been reading Guardians of the Galaxy and really likes Star-Lord. And because of that, I guess I'll start working on Superior Spider-Man character bios. So if you guys have any more ideas, I know I got a comment about Swamp Thing. Maybe. I know I got a comment about Wolverine. Or not Wolverine, Deadpool. I'll consider Deadpool, but we'll see. But anyways, this is Hybrid. Please subscribe, comment, and like, and I'll see you guys later.